What's going on, everyone? Today I am here with Odyssey Central. How's it going, man?
It's going great. I'm really excited for this video.
Yeah, me too. You know, I don't think I've told you this yet, but you're actually one of the most requested collabs that I've had in a very, very long time. Yeah, a lot of people have wanted us to work together for a while. So yeah, I'm very, very excited to do this. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Yeah. So yeah, basically the goal is we're going to try to find what the worst kingdom is in Super Mario Odyssey, and we're just going to go in order, and we'll just talk about all the kingdoms in probably a lot of detail. I don't know how long this video is going to end up being, but let's just jump into it. So start with, of course, the Cap Kingdom. I think like right off the bat, like, you know, maybe I'll just throw it somewhere and then we'll move it around as we go. Like for me, this is probably like a B or an A tier. I think it's a great introduction kingdom. It does a really good job setting the tone and introducing how Cappy works at the beginning of the game. The only thing is, like, there's not a lot to it. It really is just like a lot of hills, and I guess like the theme itself isn't very like Mario-esque. There's no color to it, but I think that kind of does a really good job of like when you start the game, you know, everything's kind of like black and white. It's getting you warmed up, but then boom, you get launched into the Cascade Kingdom. So I think it does a good job setting that up, but I'm curious what you think about Cap Kingdom.
Yeah, I think it's such a unique start for like a Mario game, because we're all used to like grassy sort of beginnings. And so I think throwing us right into Cap Kingdom was like a fantastic choice, especially since there's no other real like ghost sort of level in the game. I mean, like maybe Ruined Kingdom, but that's not really ghost theme, I would say, whereas Cap Kingdom's the closest we get. So I think putting that at the start of the game really shows like how different Odyssey's going to be. But yeah, I totally agree that it's like there's not a lot to it. There's a good few moons. I like the frog capture quite a bit, as that's like the main sort of focus of the kingdom.
Yeah, it's the main capture in the game. Yep. Or I'm sorry, in the kingdom. Yeah.
Yeah. It's really fun to jump around and control with, but there's definitely like better captures later in the game, but it's a great introduction one, like just better moveset on Mario. But I think B tier would probably be good for it. I'm trying to lower my bias here, because I would probably put things pretty high because it's, you know, my favorite game. But I think like if we're trying to get a good spread on the tier list, I would probably start with it at B. I think is a good spot for it.
I think it definitely deserves like a high B tier, because it's definitely not like a bad kingdom by any means. Like, it is a lot of fun, and like we've said, it's a great kingdom for just getting used to the controls. But there's just not a lot to it. There are some really interesting, like, I don't think we're not going to talk about like every like pipe level. I don't even remember half the pipe levels, but like
there's no way I'd be able to remember those.
Yeah, exactly. The main one that I always remember from this kingdom in particular is with the poison, and it's the one like the poison's like all wavy, and you have to use the Paragoomba and like fly underneath like a gate. I've always found that one to be a lot of fun and really creative. But yeah, I guess like for now we'll just keep it in B tier. So yeah, I think that's probably good.
I think that's a good spot to leave it in right at the start. We can see how it shapes up with everything else on the list.
Oh yeah, I think that works. Now our next one, I mean, this could be an S, maybe a high A, but we got Cascade Kingdom. Now, I don't know about you, this is probably the most memorable kingdom in the game for me, because I still remember when this game came out in 2017, when I first originally played it, and then I heard the music. Like, something about the music just gave me this massive sense of just goosebumps. Like, it got me so excited to play the rest of the game, because, like, you know, I spent a decade, or all of us spent like a decade of not getting open world 3D Marios, and then you just hear how just like powerful the song is, and you're just like, oh my god, 3D Mario is actually back. This is what we've always wanted. So yeah, for me, this, like, I mean, like, there's a lot more to it, but like just off of that alone, it's like an A or an S tier.
Yeah, I would say this feel like, despite being a medium-sized kingdom, it feels really grand because of like, I guess like the music, like you said, it's really good. It's definitely one of my favorite Kingdom soundtracks. I would say probably second favorite like music in the game, and that's really good for Odyssey. Odyssey's soundtrack is phenomenal.
It's so good.
And I love the look of it. Like, yeah, it's the starting grass area, but the like ancient sort of dinosaur aesthetic really is just a good small thing to mix it up. I love how the main waterfall looks. I think that was I still remember the first shot in the trailer of Mario like jumping past the waterfall. It's so good, and it got me really excited for this game because this was the first. I think this was the first 3D Mario I got on launch day. I was so extremely excited for it.
That's
after
awesome.
playing Super Mario 64, because I was obsessed with Mario 64 and 64 DS. So finally getting an exploratory 3D Mario game like this was fantastic.
Yeah,
and I would say
all this time. Yeah.
Yeah, it was just such a long wait. But I would say Cascade Kingdom is definitely one of the higher ones. I'm trying to think. I feel like I would put it in A tier. Because S, I already have like a lot I know that I want to put in S. It's just a little bit smaller of a size kingdom.
It is definitely on the small side, but I think something that's really easy to forget is like, because you know when everyone saw the first real trailer for the game, and you know Mario's in playing as a dinosaur, like you play as that dinosaur in this kingdom. Like that's how the kingdom starts. You get some familiarity with the grass theme, the really nice. Very like just emotionally like positively charged music, and then like 2 minutes later you see the dinosaur just like chilling on the ground, you throw your cap at him, and then you're just playing as him basically right off the bat. Like it leaves such an incredible impression. But I agree, it is kind of small, so I think A is probably good.
I always think it's funny, like looking back at like reaction videos. I didn't film my reaction, but I know every single person that I saw pretty much said that it was Monster Hunter when they first saw the dinosaur.
That's exactly what I said.
Sure. Yeah, I said it too in my reaction. I wasn't even like very familiar with Monster Hunter. I don't even know why I thought that. But I just seeing Mario hop out of it and then realizing by the end of the trailer that you could control the dinosaur was really cool. And I like that it pretty much throws you right into it at the start of the game that you get to do that. So I think this is a really strong, like this and Cap combined open the game really strong. So I think an A tier is probably where I'd put it too.
Yeah, I think A. And it'll probably remain like high A. I don't think it's going to get much lower than this, to be honest.
Yeah, so, I think high A is a good spot.
Yeah, high A is good. Okay, we'll go right into the next ones. We've got Sand Kingdom, and this is one of the larger levels. I think it's, probably the second largest kingdom in the game outside of like Metro.
I think moon count-wise, it's just behind Mushroom Kingdom, but that's including Toadette moons.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I don't really count the Toadette moons.
Yeah, so if we just count, like, unique moons, this has the most in the game.
Yeah.
So, definitely a really big kingdom.
Yeah, this one's great, too. There's there's a lot to it. First off, you get to play it at nighttime and in daytime, depending on where you are in the story. Just kind of cool. It has the, I forget what the hand boss is called. It's like the mummy guy.
Knuckle-Tech.
Knuckle-Tech is a really, really cool boss. And it's funny because, like, you know, Nintendo is known for its hand bosses. And this time, what's so cool about the boss is you use the hands itself against them instead of actively fighting the hands. I think that's really fun. Really good. Yeah, and then of course,
like, it builds off that.
Yeah, exactly. And I think the the inverted pyramid, like we just saw it. The day we're recording this, the Galaxy movie trailer came out, and I was
really excited to see it there.
Yeah, we saw a few seconds of that, and it's funny because I didn't even realize that in my mind that upside down floating pyramid is a iconic part of Sand Kingdom. And yeah, I think there's a lot of like really fun platforming too. Like this is maybe it's like maybe the stage is a little too big and there's maybe too much sand, but there's also a lot of really fun platforming to do.
Yeah, I would say like my main criticism of the kingdom would be that there is so much empty space, but I don't hold it too much against it because I would say this is really the only kingdom with so much open space, and I think that's supposed to be like for the Jaxi. That you can ride around with.
Yeah, I always forget that you can use Jaxi, but yeah, I mean it makes a lot of sense because like Jaxi does take a little bit of time to get used to, since you can't. You can slow down with Jaxi, but you have to like stop in place and turn all that. So
it can. I definitely don't use Jaxi much to traverse the kingdom when I play. I do love the sub area that uses him though, with the where you have to like run on the poison. That one's really fun. I love that. I love that sub area.
Yeah, that one's great. Yep.
I would say like the main like capture for this kingdom is probably Bullet Bill, and I think the pyramid itself uses them pretty well, along with just the like ruined area before you get up to the tower. You can use it for a bunch of hidden moons there, which is a lot of fun. I would say the Bullet Bill is probably one of my favorite captures in the game, just because it's pretty simple. You get to fly forward, but there's a lot of great stuff you could do with it. I always love using the bullet bill to get on top of the Jaxie Ruin area, like the speedrun skip.
Yes. Yep.
That one.
I used to do that.
That's always fun to do. I always do that on whenever I replay the game. It's so much fun. So I would say, for ranking wise, this one's hard.
I don't know. This might be like a low S. If I had to put it, but I'm curious like where you would put it.
That's probably where I would put it too. I'm between S and A. I'm trying to like picture how many kingdoms I would put in S. It would probably be right on the border of S and A, I would say.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking.
Just the fact that there's so much empty space can sometimes be like, I don't know, maybe a bit jarring compared to other kingdoms, but I still have a lot of fun going back to it. So I would probably put it in S myself, but I could understand it being in high A.
Let's put it in S, and we're probably we'll probably bump it down as we go. I'm sure I imagine when we get to Metro, that'll probably be like close to the top, but not there yet. Next, we've got the Lake Kingdom, and this is kind of, to me, this is kind of like on the same caliber as like the Cap Kingdom. It's like roughly the same size. What I do really like about this kingdom is the fact that you can capture cheeps. Makes sense, right? But not only that, but it makes traversing through the water a lot of fun. And it's so interesting because so many video games get water wrong when it comes to like trying to swim through it. 3D Mario, there's only been a couple of 3D Mario games where I feel like the swimming actually feels good. There's Mario Galaxy 1 and 2. Maybe you could argue Mario 3D World. And then there's this game, because you just straight up turn into a fish. And just swimming through, you can dive up and down, and you can even do your little swirl attack, is awesome.
Yeah, I would say, like, that's the main thing really helping Lake, and we'll see Seaside later, is the swimming controls in this game actually feel good to use. I don't dislike them. Because normally, I would say most other Mario games, I would put the water level, like, easy F tier. I do not like water levels most of the time. But Lake Kingdom, I have quite a bit of fun coming back to it. It's got a good mix of on land and underwater stuff. And the cheap controls feel great. Being able to like dive underwater where you can ground pound then press Y to shoot forward feels fantastic. I'm happy they're sort of like adapting that into Mario Wonder too, where they had like the dolphin kick badge. Like it's starting to feel like they're understanding how to make water levels feel good. And I think Lake Kingdom's pretty solid, but it's definitely not one of the kingdoms that I would choose to go back to very often, but it's not bad. Like I don't think
and that's how I feel about Cap Kingdom too. It's kind of like on the same thing where it's like, well, it's a fun kingdom, but also like there's just not a lot to do. It's just really really small. I'm actually kind of curious. Can you do the painting skip in this level?
I used to be able to. That was a pretty fun one.
Yeah, I think I've done it maybe 1 or 2 times. It's been a while since I've tried to do any speedrun tricks, but that is a really fun one to pull off.
Yeah, that one always feels great. I think when I did it, I was doing it in Luigi's Balloon World. Like just to hide a balloon there.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
that is definitely one of my favorite skips just because of how hard it is.
Yeah.
But it's not as hard as some other ones that I can't do, so I don't even try. But that one feels great. That's a good point. I like that one a lot. I like that you can also skip the like underwater maze section. Like this is much easier to do by just hopping over the wall at the very start of the kingdom. And Cappy will even have like a exclusive dialogue if you do that, which I think is such a neat detail that they like acknowledge a speedrun skip.
Yeah, honestly, just like the water globes in general is like such a cool like aesthetic.
Yes.
Like that is, it almost makes you feel like you're in a it almost makes you feel like you're in a fishbowl or something, which is you don't really get to experience that very often in video games. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I like that they did that. They threw that in just to make the aesthetic, because I would say the main area, it doesn't feel too horribly special, like aesthetic wise, like compared to some of the other kingdoms in the game. But I love the globe idea, and just that you can like run around and see the water around you. So like it's like an inverse fishbowl sort of thing. It's really cool. So for ranking wise, I don't know. This one's hard for me.
I'm kind of feeling B tier, but I don't know if I'd want to put it above or below Cap Kingdom. So that's I don't know. Yeah.
I would say Cap Kingdom's aesthetic is definitely, I like it more. Yeah. If I were to see either of these like expanded into a bigger kingdom, I'd want to see Cap Kingdom before Lake. But
100%.
Lake, I think, has more content to it. Like it's got a better boss fight with Rango. I think it's got a bit more moons to it.
The pipes are also a bit more interesting. I really like that zipper level where you like shoot up into the wall. Good. That one's pretty sick. Yeah.
That one's fun. I love doing that with trying to do it as little zippers as possible. Anytime there's a sub area with captures, trying to do it without captures always feels really fun. I think content-wise, Lake Kingdom is better. So
yeah, I think it's slightly better, but it is very, very close.
It's very close. I think these two stay next to each other on the tier list, but
okay. You want to put it for now, above or below?
I think whenever I think about the game, Cap Kingdom comes to mind first. Like way before Lake Kingdom. I would say Lake Kingdom is one of the kingdoms I think about the least. So I think I put Lake Kingdom below.
Okay. But yeah, I'm feeling that too.
I could see an argument for it above.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, maybe like on a different day we put it above, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, I think below's... And also just like, as good as the water controls are, it is still more fun to run around just normally without the water. So, yeah, I guess we'll leave it there just for that. Okay, next we have Wooded Kingdom. This is one of the most diverse kingdoms because there's technically like two big sections. Of course, you have all of this this big like red girder stuff. And then like underneath you have the thick forest with a dinosaur just like running around, or not running around, more like stealthily creeping around, I guess. This one is really cool. The music is awesome in this level.
Yes.
I don't know if it's my favorite song in the game, but it's up there as like top 5 at least.
Yeah, I would say it's probably my favorite song. Like, I absolutely love it. I'm happy that it keeps coming back in things too. Like, it was in Smash Bros. It's in Mario Kart World. It's a fantastic song, so that really helps my appreciation for the kingdom, I would say.
Yeah, and there is so another reason that I guess like I'm trying to like off the top of my head, but when I put this in A or S, this might be an S.
For me, this is my personal favorite kingdom. I think
really
it's an S tier because
yeah.
I love the variety of this kingdom. How there's so many different pathways and areas. I love that you start in a more sort of not all the way in the deep woods, but just like in a wooded forest area, and then as you go into the kingdom, you start seeing more and more of the like copper steampunk stuff, and it's such a great reveal. I absolutely love platforming around in this kingdom. It feels great to do. The uproot capture,
of fun platforming.
Yeah, the uproot capture is one of my favorites in the game. Even though it's so simple that it's just like stretching up and down, it just feels really fun to like hop around the kingdom with.
It's the sound the sound effects are perfect for uproot.
Absolutely, yeah, that's like the main thing, because it's just whenever you're running around, I just like spamming the hop just to see them, just to like hear how it sounds. It's so good. It does come with the downside of a lot of the moons in the kingdom being nut based, but
yeah,
I didn't personally hate that too much. Because they're all in like pretty unique like locations, so I don't think that's much of a problem. I just love running around with the uproot. I think that's one of the reasons I love this kingdom. If I were to say like, I
was just gonna say, like, when it comes to like the nut missions, the only one I can only think of like 3 or 4 off the top of my head. I mean, I'm sure there's more than that, but I can't think of. I can't even think of that many.
There's quite a few. There's like there's a few up in the tree. There's a bunch like that are hidden around all over the place. I would say it's mostly fine because it's located just in this kingdom. Like, no other nut moons appear throughout the game, so I wouldn't say it's even that repetitive. I just know that a lot of people don't like how much moons sort of have similar concepts with each other in similar areas. But I personally didn't. I didn't mind it too much. I thought it was great.
I think it's fine. Like, it's okay if like if the power moons kind of like repeat over and over. Like, it really comes down to the journey of actually getting it. Because I think like a really good example of that is like Bowser's Fury. And Bowser's Fury is, it's just like a little side game, but it's one of my favorite Mario games of all time. Even though most of those types of missions are just kind of like the same thing over and over, but it's the way that you get them is what makes them so fun. And exploring this kingdom is so varied and diverse. There's just like so much to see. There's like you said, it's just really, really fun to like actually run around it. And then the I forget, the chandelier boss is also really cool. It's a great idea.
Yeah, I love that it uses the uproot because I already love that capture. And it is a really fun one to come back to. I would say it's probably like one of the more forgettable bosses, but it's not bad. Like, I love going back to it. Like, it feels like I'm not a surprise, but it just feels really good to go back and fight. Like, everything about the kingdom, I think, just feels really great. Like, I don't think I have any major criticisms for it. I'm trying to, like, think of something that I would say that would keep it out of S tier, and I can't.
I can't think of anything that keeps it out of S, but it does have the worst moon in the game. That's the one with the coin coffer and the 500
absolutely.
coins. That moon is stupid. But...
Yeah, you're right. That is terrible. I put that one at the very bottom of my moon ranking when I did it. Like, that was... Yeah. I don't understand the thinking behind that one. Like, that was just a complete waste of time. I get I like the puzzle where you have to use coin coffer, but the fact that it needs 500 coins is completely unnecessary. Coins.
Yeah, the concept is great, but like, I mean, you could have done like 50, and that would have still been fine. Like, I don't know what they think with 500. That's just crazy.
I would have probably gotten tired after 100, so the fact that it's 500 is absurd. So yeah, definitely the worst moon in the game. I guess that does remind me of a criticism of Wooded Kingdom, and that is the Deepwood area in general. I personally like it. I think it's a really cool area.
I think it's
awesome. But a lot of people don't like that you can't warp out of it, and you have to use a seed to grow a vine to get out. So if you accidentally fall in, you have to waste a bit of extra time sort of to get back to where you were in the above area. Personally, I
kind of get that criticism, but at the same time, like, the forest really isn't that big. And there's like plenty of places where you can grow the vine and escape. So I don't know. I mean, I guess I could see it being annoying, but I feel like that problem doesn't come up enough to where I would even consider it much of a hindrance.
Most of the places in the kingdom where you can fall off, I would say, are not even near the deep woods. Like, you would just die normally. So I personally have not ran into that issue a lot. I just know that a lot of other people have said that that's a frustration with the kingdom, but for me, it doesn't bother me at all. The Deep Woods area was a fantastic addition. I love the contrast between it and the surface area. It's so good.
Yeah, well, I don't really know what else to say besides it needs to go in S tier. And
absolutely.
And I'll be curious when we get to Metro, because I'll see if you can convince me out of that one for being... So Metro's always been my favorite, so I'm curious what criticisms you have of it. I think there are a couple, but... Anyway, we're not there yet. Now we're gonna move on to what's probably the worst kingdom, and that's Cloud.
Yep.
Like, first off, like, it's tiny. There's nothing to it. You fight Bowser, and then you get like 10 moons for the post game, and that's it. Wow, crazy. But then also, like, the theme is just clouds. Like, that's it. There's like no theme. Yeah. You're just in the clouds.
You're taking the words like right out of my mouth. Like, there's nothing here. Like, even the other mini kingdoms, you know, Ruin Kingdom, it's got a great aesthetic. The two moon ones are clearly just like bonus areas, but this one, it's just clouds. I mean, there's probably been more aesthetically pleasing cloud levels in other previous Mario games. Like, this is not even the first one I would think of. I would probably even say I visually like Wing Mario Over the Rainbow from Mario 64 better, just because it's more got rainbows and more colorful. This one is just feels too bland.
There's nothing.
I think.
Yeah, at least like with Wing Mario Over the Rainbow, like, while it's not necessarily a super fun star to go for, at least it's challenging. Like here, there's like literally like just one big cloud and then a few small ones, and then there's like a couple of pipes, and then that's it. Just nothing else beyond that.
I kind of like the picture match moon that's here, but that's also found in Mushroom Kingdom, so I kind of just don't even think about the Cloud Kingdom one. The Bowser boss fight is fine, but also that's in Moon Kingdom, so everything good about this kingdom is done better everywhere else in the game. Yeah. You can't even refight Bowser here, so it's like there's nothing to do once the game is over. It's just 9 moons.
It's so interesting because, like, this and Ruin Kingdom, I mean, I like Ruin Kingdom more, but it still feels like those two kingdoms in particular were supposed to have more content in them, but Nintendo just ran out of time because they're like, hey, we need to get the Switch out right now because the Wii U's, like, killing us. So they're like, okay, we won't finish a couple kingdoms, and then that's it, right?
Yeah, I mean, I'm at least happy if they were going to hit any of the kingdoms, it was Cloud Kingdom, because I don't think even... Like, every other kingdom in the game, this is the one I'd want to be the smallest if I had to choose one, because the idea is just boring, but...
There's not much to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, this is the D. I don't know
Easy.
if we're gonna get anything worse than. I mean, I guess we'll see about the dark side because like those are also not much of anything either. But yeah, definitely fine throwing that there. Okay, let's move to the Lost Kingdom, and I like this one. I don't know if I would say it's a S tier kingdom for me, but I really love the music and the whole Klepto section when you first get there, where you lose Cappy. I think it's a very fun throwback to Mario 64. So that's really cool. And Glydon is the you use Glydon in the Sand Kingdom, but I think technically you use him first in the Lost Kingdom.
I think it's easier to find him in Lost Kingdom. I think this is where
it definitely is. Yeah, I mean, like you can use him in Sand. I feel like he doesn't even show up until after Lost, but I'm just talking out of my butt.
He may.
So
I'm not sure.
I'm not sure either.
But yeah, he's a really fun capture. So I think that's definitely a point for Lost Kingdom, I would say. Like you, I love the Klepto section. Especially love that you can skip it for speedrun strength. Like it feels good doing both of them. Like first time playing through the game, trying to get Cappy back feels great, and then second playthrough after that, trying to skip Klepto is so good. Like I love that they have so many different speedrun skips in the game. Like it feels so good to replay, I think.
It's not even that hard to do that skip. I think it's like a triple jump off of one of the leaves, and then you just do a couple cap jumps, and then like you're good.
Yeah,
so,
there's many different ways to do it too. So like there's faster, slower methods. So I love doing that a lot. I always do it whenever I come back to the game. It feels really good. I just also love the aesthetic here. Like I don't know how to describe it really. It's the way the trees are modeled. They're so odd, but I love how they look. I guess that's just my best way of putting it.
It's very prehistoric. So, which I guess is kind of like the theme of the game, outside of like maybe Metro Kingdom, but like even like Cascade Kingdom has a bunch of like dinosaur bones and stuff. Sand Kingdom has old pyramids. So I guess that's kind of like the idea. They're going for more like primitive, prehistoric kind of theming.
I think Lost absolutely nails it. Like it feels really good, looks really good. The purple poison of every Mario Forest level fits really well into this kingdom. The Tropical Wiggler.
That's what I was just going to bring up.
Yeah. Tropical Wiggler capture is really fun. I like that one a lot. Being able to just sort of stretch around the kingdom and finding different ways to move around it feels great. Like he's definitely a really fun one.
Yeah. And what's really cool about the Wiggler too is I don't think you actually need to use them at any point if you don't want. So if you want to have a lot more challenge, like for going for the little moon pieces near the bottom of the stage, you can like technically dive into like that little hole that has like the final little moon shard. So if you want a challenge, you don't even have to get Wiggler, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I love the Captain Toad moon in this kingdom where you have to like reach around the poison waterfall to get in there. I love trying to do that without using the Tropical Wiggler. Like that one feels great. Like because it doesn't expand your moveset enough to where you would ever need it. So I'm pretty sure every single moon in the game that needs it, you can just do by yourself, which always feels like a fun challenge.
Yeah, and I guess like going back to Glydon too, something else I really like about it is he's not just like fun for like randomly gliding. Like it's actually useful to reach that one island, like kind of like out of the way, because there is a moon there, and then you like fling yourself back. So I think it's really cool they actually gave him at least one purpose, and then you can kind of just use him again for getting anywhere you want a little bit easier.
Yeah, I like that there's like this hidden technique where you can like shake your controller to go even farther. That's more useful in like some of the other kingdoms he appears in, but I love doing that as well just to see how far out you can go in Lost Kingdom. Like it's really, I think they nailed the captures here. They're all really good.
Yeah, they fit the theme perfectly. It's a fun level to run around. I guess like really my only qualm with it is that it is a little bit small, which it's so interesting how like all the kingdoms are sized differently in this game. Because usually like in most 3D Mario games, every stage is the same size, but it's not like that at all in this game. So maybe it feels a little
kind of makes it like harder to compare them, I guess. But also like I think they generally did a good job choosing which ones to make bigger and smaller. I would have loved to have more content in Lost Kingdom, but I don't feel like it's too small. I think they did a good job because it's supposed to be sort of like a lost, deserted island. So I think of the kingdoms to be smaller, it kind of makes sense that this is one of them. But
I don't think it's that big of a deal. But it's like the only thing that I can really think about that Guess I just wish it was like maybe just a little bit bigger, like an extra 10 to 15 moons or something, but like, whatever.
Yeah, it's not, I would say not a big deal, but it is definitely like a good point that I would say does keep it out of S.
Yeah.
But I would still say at least A.
Let's see.
For it.
I don't know. I actually don't know if I want to put this above or below Cascade. I'm thinking about maybe above Cascade.
I think I would agree with that, because I would say like a criticism for Cascade is you don't get a lot of space, I guess, with the dinosaur capture. Like if there was a bigger area, there is a sub area where you can use it, which feels great. But if there was like more area to run around with it, I would have loved that. I think that would have probably put Cascade above, but since it doesn't quite have that much space, I think I would put Lost above it.
Okay, yeah. All right, well let's go ahead and do that then. I think that should be good. Okay, now for our next one, we have probably the most famous of them all. It's Metro Kingdom.
Definitely.
I absolutely love this place. It is like the pinnacle of what I wanted to see happen to 3D Mario at the time, because I was really missing like big open world spaces where everything just feels like a big playground. And to me, Metro Kingdom is the ultimate playground because there's a ton of buildings that you can climb up. You can go basically anywhere. There's the building or I guess like Pauline's band building. I don't know exactly what it's called, but you can climb to the very, very tippity top of that. And you got like the skateboard thing. You can turn into a human being and control the race car. The little race car is a lot of fun. There's just so much cool stuff. There's the Super Mario Bros. Movie theater that you can go to. You can sit with a lonely guy on a bench and give him a moon.
Love bench friends.
Awesome.
It's fantastic moon.
It's my favorite moon. Which I know is stupid, but I just think it's so funny that sitting on a bench with a random guy. I don't know. I love that.
I put it in my top 10. I think it's great. Like I love just the theme of it. Like it's so good.
Yeah, it's super cool.
And just going with the theme, Metro Kingdom is absolutely fantastic. Like it definitely deserves to be as iconic as it is. I think it was the perfect choice to start off the first look trailer for Mario Odyssey, because it's so different from anything else in any other Mario game. Like pretty much every other level is similar to a theme that we've seen before, but I don't think we've seen any sort of city in like a mainline game like this.
Mario is missing.
Mario is missing. That's true. That is true.
It.
That's about it. Yeah. So if its only competition is Mario is missing, I think it does a pretty good job standing above that.
Yeah.
And I love the verticality in the level. Like you said, like you can climb up top the New Donk City Hall, and I love just jumping down off of it onto any other building in the kingdom.
It feels
especially
so good. Yeah.
When you can get the motorcycle up there later in the game, and then you can just ride that down too. Like it feels really fun to just go around and explore this kingdom. And yet, like you said, there's so much, and it's probably got, I would say, the best story moons out of every kingdom.
Absolutely. Yeah, because you come in, it's nighttime, it's raining, and you're just trying to like get your way around. Half of the city's like blocked off, and next thing you know, you're fighting like this huge like mecha wiggler thing that's crawling all over the buildings, and you have to turn into a tank and shoot it.
Yeah,
Sick.
It's definitely one of my favorite fights in the game. It's so good. And then of course you get the at the end of the quest you get Pauline's ceremony. It's fantastic. Yep. Definitely one of the best moons in the series. And I also just love that this did bring Pauline back into so many of the games we see now, because there's absolutely no chance she would have been as prevalent as she is now without Odyssey and New Donk City.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
I think it's 100% an S tier kingdom. Like I would be shocked if anyone disagrees, because I can't really think of a flaw with it. I know that's Wooded Kingdom's my favorite. I think that the difference is probably the music for me. Like I'm trying to think of why I like Wooded Kingdom more than New Donk City Hall. They're both really close to me.
Yeah,
like they're my two favorites.
It is interesting. I think the reason I probably like Metro Kingdom more is just that like it left a bigger impact on me. Probably just like from that the very, very first trailer, before we even knew we could capture enemies. Like we saw New Donk City.
Yep.
So I think just that very first impression and being so ecstatic and excited for it is and then the fact that like it actually turned out to be one of the best levels in the game. Yeah, I don't know. I think I could definitely see why Wooded Kingdom could be your favorite. I don't know, like the thing with Metro, there's just like a little bit more to do, and just I think the platforming is just more fun, just in general. And I even talked about the fact there's the jump rope game, which I know some people don't like it. I actually really like that kind of stuff. I think that's a lot of fun. Going for 100.
I think it was fun, but it was pretty hard. Like my first playthrough, I think that might have been the last moon I got. Like that was
really,
yeah, it was really difficult. I know there was like a bunch of techniques people would do, like there's glitches by using the letters to just stand on top of them, which I always kind of found funny. But it's a good challenge. Like I enjoy it, but it was definitely one of the harder moons in the game, I would say.
100%.
I think you're right about Metro having like more variety, because like I said with Wooded, there were a lot of like nut moons that you get with the uproot. But in Metro, I think there's just so much more variety, I guess. So I would probably agree if you wanted to put it at the top, because
I don't know. You know what? I'm actually, let's put it right below it. We'll put it right below. Right. Let's just pretend that they're both at the top. Let's just do that.
I like that. I like that idea.
Or actually, you know what? Hold on. I have a better idea. I'm gonna shrink these. These are literally tied. They're gonna. We've never done this before. Never before seen.
This is huge.
We have a tie in a tier list.
This is a legendary moment for the Bandy Spin channel.
That's right. This will never happen again. I think a tie will work. Yeah. Okay. So now we'll move on to the Snow Kingdom, and this is another really fun. I guess like in terms of story moons, I really liked the story stuff here. Just because like I love how it starts as like a thick, heavy winter storm. It sets this more like a grim tone, but then you like jump down like that big hole and everything's all like jolly and happy, and you turn into the big. I forgot what the species is called. The big walrus guy.
Shivarian.
Thank you. You turn into the Shivarian thing, the big balloon, the Shivarian balloon. You turn into him, and then the racing is a lot of fun. There's actually a lot of strategy with those races, because like you can't just like go forward and like keep mashing A. Like if you want to actually win, especially the harder cups, then you need to use momentum to your advantage and try to avoid like the hills and stuff, and know exactly when to use your little boost. There's a lot to like about Snow Kingdom too.
Yeah, I would say the highlights are definitely the race moons. Like those are pretty challenging if you're going in just like you really can't just mash the bounce button to get through it. Like you have to be specific when you're trying to do it. These were also, I think like the very last one you do was also one of the later ones that I collected on my first playthrough, because that one was a really good challenge. I would say of the species like residents in the game, I would say the Shivarians are probably my favorite. I love how they look. They just give such a cozy vibe.
They're so happy. They're just happy little guys. They're happy big guys.
I love them. Yeah, they're definitely at the very least near the top. I love them so much. I would say, theming wise, I don't know if I love Snow Kingdom quite as much as many of the others, because it like on the outside it does feel pretty like basic snow sort of level.
It's not super distinct until you fall into that little like hole. Then it kind of gets a little more spruced up.
Yeah, it picks up a bit definitely when you go inside. The outside, I never personally loved it much, but the inside is great. I love the story. I like that you can choose which story moon you go for first, because you get like 4 different options of where to go for, and I think that's really cool. I like when you have more choices on what to do, so I think that's a really cool structure. But yeah, the only thing holding this back for me, I would say, is probably the theme, and of course the fact that it's like a medium kingdom.
Yeah, it's not super big. Yeah, and also the it's interesting, like the ice water, it kind of works the same as it does in Galaxy 1 and 2, where if you're in the water for too long, you'll start chipping away at damage. And you know what I do I'm not necessarily a fan. I've always found stuff like that kind of annoying, because it's like, well, you filled this whole level with ice water, but if you turn into the Cheep, you don't get frozen. So there is a workaround, which is kind of cool.
Yeah, I would say I did like that aspect, that you get a way to get around it. It also the water wasn't too prevalent in the level anyway. Like it's mostly pretty small.
It's not. Yeah, I mean, I thought it like circles around the level. I could be misremembering. It's been a while since I played it.
It definitely circles around, but it's pretty like, I guess width wise, it's pretty quick to just go through. So yeah, I would say I would say I didn't have much of a problem with it, but I could definitely see why that would be annoying. But I do like the purple Cheeps too. Like, they're nice.
Mm-hmm. In the Typhoos, you can turn into the Typhoos as well.
Mm-hmm. They're a pretty fun one. I like the sort of puzzle. There's one puzzle moon where you have to like push blocks around on like a platform of ice. I always liked that one. It can be somewhat annoying to move around with them if you have to go a long distance because they are quite slow.
They are
but
very
overall,
slow. Yeah.
You don't have to do that too much, so I don't really mind. I'm trying to think of like if there's any other.
The thing is, there's not much to the level. Like there's the whole Shiverian segment below the stage, and then besides that, it really is just like a snow level.
Yeah, I would say like of the Odyssey Kingdoms, this probably ties the closest to like its more generic Mario theme than most of the other ones.
Oh yeah.
Which, I mean, it's not bad. Like, I still like snow levels quite a bit, but it's just not something I'm going to be thinking of instantly whenever a snow level comes up.
It just doesn't stand out that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So where are you thinking of putting this one?
Okay, I was kind of thinking, because I'm still, like in my head, out of all the kingdoms, if I had to play them right now, what would I want to play? I would probably play Cap Kingdom first, but not Lake Kingdom. So maybe this goes in the middle. That is my proposal.
I think that, yeah, because this has a lot less water control, and of course the water control is better in Odyssey than most games, but on land still feels better overall. So I would say I would probably go back to Snow Kingdom first, mostly for the races.
Too. Yeah, well, that's another thing, though. Like, maybe we put it above Cap Kingdom, because the racing is a lot of fun, especially, like, once you spend a little bit of time with it and really understand how it works.
Yeah, because those types of moons are really replayable, because you can go for a better time. Like, there's a leaderboard stuff. So I could agree with that, yeah. I think if you're really, like, into the Shiverian racers trying to get a better time, I think that does make it top of B tier, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. I was thinking like there or below, but I think just because of the racing, it deserves to be at the very top.
Yeah, I think that's a good spot for it for now.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, this one is really cool. So Seaside Kingdom, it is it's pretty much all water, right? But, there's plenty of captures, a few different captures where traversing the water is a lot of fun. But I just think the general atmosphere of Seaside Kingdom is some of the most relaxing out of any Mario game.
Absolutely.
Like, the music is exquisite. Like, it absolutely nails the theme of the kingdom. And, like, sure, maybe Beach isn't that, like, unique, but there's just something about the way the music sounds and all the different captures that are available. It makes it an incredibly fun kingdom to play.
Yeah, this is definitely the most, like, relaxing kingdom in the game. The music is so fantastic. Like, it's definitely top 5, top 3 kingdom themes for me. It's so good. And on top of that, I would say the captures here are fantastic. Like, of course, we have the Cheep, but the Gushin is really fun to move around with.
Yes, I love the Gushin.
Yeah, any moon that was using it was a lot of fun. I love just how fast you can move with it, and also that it gets a boss fight in the kingdom as well. Like, it's one of my favorite captures in the game, and I think that makes this, even, like, on top of the good water controls in this game, it makes this kingdom even better. Like, I really enjoy going through here every single time.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if there's, like, the only things I really don't like about it is I think there's 4 different, like, nut missions where you have to, like, carry a nut to the pot or whatever.
Ooh,
and there is, like, that one nut in the water, and you have to swim a really long way to get there. But, you could say the same thing about Sand Kingdom. That has one of those nuts, too. We have it in S tier, so maybe it doesn't really matter that much.
Yeah, I would say the Sand Kingdom one was honestly more annoying than the Seaside Kingdom one. But Seaside has more of them. I do like, for one of them, that you have to use a Gushin to grow it. I think that's a cute idea.
Yeah,
I liked
really
that
cool.
one. That was a good mix-up on the idea.
Yeah, and I liked using the Gushin for that section where the water was covered in lava. So you had to kind of like use the Gushin to make yourself a little hole. Then you get the moon side, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, they did a good job with both its like movement and its puzzles in this kingdom. Like, it is just a really good capture for both platforming and puzzle sort of moons. Oh, and speaking of moons, there's also the volleyball moon in this kingdom, which is
okay,
very
I will
difficult.
Admit, I don't completely hate it, but going for 100 is so painful when you mess up. Oh my god! I remember when I first played the game. I think that was that was one of my last ones that I got because I kept losing at like 90 or 95 points.
It's funny. On my first playthrough, I think I got 100 first try, but ever since then, I have to waste so much time. And I don't know how I got so lucky the first time, but every single time after that, I struggle so much. I know there's like a technique you can do with 2-player mode that apparently makes it easier. It's never made it easier for me. I still struggle with this one.
Like what I do now is I'll just stand in the middle and then just chuck the hat.
Yeah,
and that that does the trick. Like it gets really close sometimes. Like if your aim isn't perfect, but usually the hitbox is generous enough, and you're fine.
I don't know if I want to say it's the hardest moon in the game because obviously we have like Darker Side, but it's. I think I do Darker Side in less attempts than I do the volleyball moon on repeat playthroughs. Like the volleyball one feels worse to fail at when you get really close.
Oh, because it starts so slowly. Like with Darker Side, you can get like health and stuff. Like sure, there's no checkpoints, but you have like 6. I forget how. I think there's like 2 of those little heart containers, so you have plenty of health for Darker Side, even if you make mistakes.
Yeah, but if you mess up in the volleyball game, there's like a brief moment where you can hit it after it touches the ground, but it's very small. Yes. So it's basically, it's one of the more frustrating moons in the game. I can see people enjoying trying to go for a high score, but every single time I got 100, I stopped.
I'd rather do the jump rope. Like at least with the jump rope, it's all just about timing, but there's just something about the volleyball that's just not very fun. I mean, it's not fun when you mess up at the very end, because that's what always happened to me when I was first playing the game.
If it was like you had to go up to 50, I would say it would be a lot more bearable. Like I don't, because the first one you get is only like 15. So I was thinking that it was going to be a whole lot sooner than the jump rope moon of getting 100, but no, they make you go all the way.
Yeah. It's like 5 minutes to get to 100. It takes forever.
It is definitely one of the more challenging, frustrating moons. I don't know, would we hold that against Seaside Kingdom, you think? Or is that...
No, I don't think so.
Because I don't think it takes away from the relaxing overall vibe of the kingdom.
Yeah, it still like feels one tiny portion of it. So, and I guess something else that's kind of unique too is that I think this is the only kingdom where the shops actually move because they're just attached to Dory.
I do like that. Yeah, that was a really cute idea. I liked that one a lot. And I like that the Dories also have like moons attached to them that you can try to go for as well, just to add a little bit more to them. I really like that idea. Like they definitely went and perfected, I think, the beach theme. Like it feels like I would love to go here. Like if there's any kingdom, this would probably be the one I'd go for the most. It just feels really nice to just take a moment and sit there.
Yep, it's very relaxing. I think maybe we put this in A tier, but I don't know where in A tier. Like maybe middle or low or something.
I think I would definitely say at least above Cascade, but I'm trying to think about above or below Lost. Yeah. Lost has really good speedrun skips with Klepto, and that's always pretty memorable to me. But I think above because I love the Gushin capture so much. Like the Gushin's probably like a top 5 capture
awesome.
For me.
Gushin is it's so much fun to use and it's so useful. And the way it's used in the boss fight is incredibly fun too. So I would be okay throwing it above Lost Kingdom. I think that would probably be good.
Yeah, I think that makes sense because it is also one of the bigger kingdoms with the 100 purple coins. So I think it belongs there.
Yeah, let's go ahead and plop it right there. All right, so now we've got honestly probably the most unique kingdom in the game, and that is the Luncheon Kingdom. I mean, just graphic-wise, very, very different from everything else. Having a food theme is very, very cool. I love that you turn into a piece of meat, just like a literal steak. That's awesome.
That was great.
And then the Cookatiel fight is a lot of fun as well. And you're turning into the Podoboo also. Amazing usage of that capture, and then like basically what even is the pink goo? Because it's not, I guess you could say it's lava, but was it Pepto-Bismol? Is that what it is? Like, what is it?
I've got no clue. I always just hear people call it that, but it's just it's definitely like meant to be like a lava sort of thing, but I don't know, just like hot stew or something. I'm not sure.
I guess so. It's interesting that it's pink. But
yeah.
Yeah, this is for me, this is probably an S tier. I don't know if it's my favorite kingdom, but this is when the game finally starts to incorporate more difficult platforming in general, so it's really fun to explore. It is a little more vertically based, like Metro Kingdom, not as much, but there is a lot more climbing that you're going to do, which is really fun. And I love all the little enemies, like there's like little fork guys and stuff that you can talk to. And the chef bro also throwing the pans and pots. You know, that's pretty cool too. Yeah, that's really cool. I think they did a really good job with the captures in this kingdom. The Podoboo, it feels really good to run around in the lava. Like when I first came here, I was scared that I would be missing Mario's main movement, but I don't really miss it too much. The lava sections are all really fun. I especially love, there's one moon late in the game where you have to go from the very top of the mountain and jump down into a stew, pot below with the lava bubble. I always forget about that one. That one, when I first did that, it took me like 30 minutes. I could not get it for the life of me. I don't know why.
The like aerial movement definitely feels weird, but I always like just love jumping from high places down onto the level below.
The fact they made that a moon is so cool. That is like that feels like such a non-Nintendo kind of moon. It's like, oh yeah, let's do this really cryptic jump, and then you actually get rewarded for it. Like, I love that that's in the game.
Yeah, like it almost doesn't feel like that's the intended path, but I can't think of how else you would do that moon. I'm pretty sure that is how you're supposed to do it, but it's just,
I think so.
It's so good. You definitely got it right that it doesn't feel very Nintendo-y to do, but I love it because of that. Like, it just feels so great. And I also love the fort captures. Just flinging yourself around all over the place is really fun. The one sub area with the forks is really fun to do really quick.
Oh yeah, when you're climbing up. Oh my, that one is so good. So much
that one
fun.
Always feels just really good and smooth to do on a replay playthrough. And then the Pan Bros are great too. I like the sub area where you have to like destroy all the cheese blocks to find all the moon shards. That one's pretty fun.
You know, it's weird. Every time I play that one, I always miss one moon, and I break almost all of them before finding it. I'm just like, how do I not find this? Like, so much.
Yeah, I'm pretty similar for that one because I think there's one that's like in the ground that I always miss somehow. But
yeah, that's usually the one I miss.
It's a really good set of captures I think this kingdom has, and just like you said, the aesthetic is so different from everything else. It's like polygonal food, like that is totally different from the rest of the game's art style, but in a good way. Like, it doesn't, I like that it doesn't fit in. I like that it's so different.
Yeah. For me, this is like, I would even be willing to put this above Sand Kingdom.
I think I would agree with that because it doesn't, because the main problem I would say with Sand is how much empty space it has, but I don't think Luncheon really has that. Like, it's all
not really
pretty tightly packed. There's a moon around every corner. I think I would say that Luncheon's visual style is more unique. I think I would put it above Sand.
I think so too. And if we're gonna like compare like empty space, like you could say that there is like a lot of like empty space in this level too with the lava, but even then, like there's still things to collect in the lava. Like a lot of times there's like little like coin packets somewhere, or maybe you have to travel somewhere else, so there's just a bit of distance you have to cover. Because there's like that one like island or whatever you have to use the lava bubble to get to, and it has like I think there's like a 2D Mario section there or something like that. But yeah, it feels like there's just always something to do in this kingdom, and it's nice and big too. It's not the biggest kingdom, but it is fairly large.
Yeah, it's got 100 purple coins. That's usually, the purple coin counts how I judge them, so I definitely mark this as one of the large kingdoms.
Yeah.
And yeah, I don't think I ever felt like it was missing any sort of content. I think it's the perfect size. It feels great to go through. It's just it's not quite on the level, I would say, of Steam and Metro, but it's like it's pretty close. So I think S tier is perfect for it.
Yeah, I think that works just fine. Okay, so for this next one, I'm actually really curious if this is even going to go in C or not, and that is the Ruined Kingdom. Now, obviously, the theme is incredible. It feels like you're playing Dark Souls, and it's like out of nowhere. Okay, let's just fight this huge dragon, this realistic-looking dragon. Like, it's so jarring, And that's what makes it awesome, because like, usually the art style is consistent throughout, every Mario level in all the Mario games, but this just comes out of nowhere. But then after the dragon fight, there's just nothing to do. There's nothing there. So I don't know if like the art style and the theme makes it good enough to be a C tier, or if it's still a D tier.
This is I would say the most painful kingdom in the game, because like you go there the first time, it's probably the one that I was like the most shocked by on my first playthrough, first entering in. But then there's no reason to go back to it, and that sucks, because it feels like a waste of an art style. Yeah. Because I don't know if they would ever return to it in a future game. I hope they do. If any kingdom were to get an expanded version in a future game, I'd hope it'd be Ruined, because it feels like such a missed opportunity to make such a unique level for the series. But there's just no moons here.
Yeah, it's so strange. This feels like a kingdom where they were going to expand on it and just didn't have time.
Yeah, like you said earlier with Cloud Kingdom, like that one, I am happy enough that it took the hit, if any kingdom was, but Ruined, it feels like such a wasted chance, and it's so frustrating. Because the boss fight is fantastic. It's probably like my second favorite boss in the game. It's so good. I love the idea. I love that it gives you a boss fight that you don't have to use a capture in. Like, just using Mario is pretty great for one boss fight at least. Yeah, I would say for tier list wise, since we don't have anything in C, I probably would put it there. Just because the art style does save it.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, it probably belongs in D tier. But like, out of the rest of these levels, I doubt we're gonna run into any more C's. So like, maybe this is the one that it lays in C just so it looks better, because it would just be strange to have a completely empty tier. So
yeah,
you got lucky, Ruined Kingdom.
Yeah, I definitely like it more than Cloud, which is why I'm pretty comfortable putting it there. Like, Cloud is undeniably like bottom, but Ruined Kingdom's pretty good. So I think C is a good spot.
Yeah, I think C's probably. I think we're being very generous with it. But you know what? Let's just keep it in C anyway, because I don't want to see the C empty. That would be that would destroy my OCD. Let's run to the next one. We've got Bowser Kingdom, and I really like. I guess I think my favorite part about this is that it's not the classic Bowser's Castle style. It goes for a completely different tone, and it's the most linear based kingdom as well. Like sure, like every area you're in is technically open world, open space, but you can only travel there through the little well, I guess technically you could travel there through checkpoints, but it's not really connected. And so that really makes it stand out a lot. And maybe that's a good thing, maybe that's a bad thing. Like, I wouldn't have been upset if we had gotten like a big castle like level, but this is also interesting. I'm glad they tried something a little different.
Yeah, I think you're right there, that it's nice that they tried something different. It's definitely not one that I return to a lot to explore in, but I'm happy they tried something new, and like that it is so different structurally from the other kingdoms in the game. And I mean, there's a lot of great stuff here. Like the Pokio capture is also one of the best. I keep saying that, I feel like, about half the captures in the game, but I love the Pokio a lot.
Pokio is so much fun to use. Yeah, that's one of my favorites. Just anything that lets you like flick yourself forward. Like you said, like the fork is super satisfying. This is even better because you have full control of where you're going.
Yeah, and then using it in like the boss fight, the Robo Brood, which is, I think that's probably my favorite boss fight in the game. Just
that's my favorite too. I like it a lot more than the final boss. The final boss is just like whatever.
Yeah, like I think final boss is solid, but the Robo Brood I think is where the boss fights peaked. Like, not only is it pretty difficult on a first playthrough, but trying to learn the speedrun strats in it, it's so much fun.
Oh, it's so cool. Yeah.
I'm so happy that they didn't just make it invincible while it's standing. Like, the fact that you can actually climb up it is really great. And it's actually like intentional too, because there's wooden parts of the leg that you can use to climb up with Pokio, even if you don't want to just jump up the legs, which I think is so good. Like, I think it shows such a fantastically designed boss. And the boss is really the main thing that like carries Bowser's Kingdom so high up on my personal list, because I think I put it as my favorite moon, because I loved fighting that boss so much. It's so good.
Yeah, it's definitely my favorite boss, and it's what makes it, I think, even better is like you've already fought in all the Brutals like a couple of times, and now they're all working together. It's just like, oh damn, okay, Now it's getting serious.
Yep. It feels great just to fight against. I love it so much. It's such a great highlight to have in the kingdom. And so it makes me, I guess, like more forgiving of the less exploratory aspect. Even I don't even know if I'd call that a bad thing. Like I do like that it's linear. I think it makes sense for a penultimate kingdom like this to be so linear. Sort of like the Bowser stages in Mario 64, how they're all just a straight path to Bowser. Sort of just like a more expanded version of that.
And maybe that's kind of what they were going for. Like, they wanted to have, like, a different way of playing the Bowser level, just like in Mario 64. So, I mean, those are, like, my favorite levels in Mario 64 is the Bowser ones, because they're so fun to platform through. The only thing, though, is, like, with Mario Odyssey, you're not really going to get super tough platforming like with Mario 64. This game is a lot more about exploration and clever puzzles. And that is a thing with this kingdom as well. Like, there are definitely a good handful of really cool moons to get, and the boss, of course. But, I don't know. I mean, maybe... I'm trying to figure out where to put it. Maybe like a high B or possibly a low A.
I think that's where I'm jumping between two.
Yeah, I'd be okay with somewhere in B. So, I don't know. What were you thinking of putting it?
It's definitely... I like it more than Snow Kingdom for sure.
Me too.
I think I might...
Yeah.
Oh, this is such a hard one to place. Because it does have quite a bit of content. It is considered one of the large kingdoms in the game. And it's got my favorite boss. And one of my favorite captors in Pokio. But the structure just isn't quite as fitting for Odyssey. For a kingdom, I guess.
Like, it makes sense why they structured it the way they did, but that doesn't necessarily make it as fun. And again, I think the issue is just that the platforming itself isn't challenging. And that's what makes the Bowser levels in Mario 64 so fun. You have to really go on a bit of a treacherous journey just to reach him. Like, it takes a lot of effort to do so. Whereas in this game, like, sure, there are maybe a couple of tricky spots, but for the most part, you're kind of just climbing up casually. Like, there's just not much challenge. So, I don't know.
I think B tier. I think you make a good point that it's definitely less challenging than the Mario 64 ones. Yeah, I think B tier is where I put it. Top of B, probably.
Yeah, that's what I was... Yeah, let's throw it... Yeah, we'll put it at the very, very top. I think that's good. Okay. Well, we don't have too many more left. Our next one is going to be Moon Kingdom. And, okay, so I'm conflicted on this one. I do like it. I think it is really cool how there's like a whole like section inside the core of the moon. That is super cool, and I like the whole gravity mechanic. And I love that they bring back the frog, and you can jump like 1,000 feet in the air with the frog. And then going into like the whole wedding thing inside the castle, great stuff. The thing is like, whenever I think of moon and space when it comes to Mario, I'm thinking of Mario Galaxy. And I guess like maybe I guess like the levels in Mario Galaxy are just so fun and inventive, where this is like you're just on the moon. There's not much here. It's literally just the moon with a castle. And maybe it doesn't matter, but I feel like it would have been, since this is technically the final level in the game outside of the secret one at the end, it would have been kind of nice if there was like a little more going on just on the moon itself, something a little more creative.
Yeah, I think so. My opinion on the moon, I think it does work as like a good spot to end the game, because you go on this big globe-trotting journey and then you get to go into outer space. And I remember before the game came out, there was like a big theory that we'd be going to the moon, because obviously we're collecting moons throughout the game, and like the moon is so prevalent in so many of the kingdoms. Like if you look at the screenshots on the tier list, a lot of them have the moon pretty prominently in them.
Yeah,
so it was really cool to see that we got to go there. But yeah, I kind of agree. It's not the first level you're going to think of when you think Mario in space. I mean, it's just Mario Galaxy does have it beat in that way. And I guess because Galaxy also has the sort of planetoid thing where you're running around on like a circle, so you can actually feel yourself going around. Whereas this one just is pretty basic land space besides the low gravity.
See, if this kingdom had that mechanic where you actually run around it like it's on a globe, then maybe it would feel a little more space themed. Because this, like, obviously, you know, we are in space. It does feel like I'm on the moon, but just having that, it just feels like this level needed something else here to make it a little more.
I would
interesting.
agree, because it is just pretty much the moon, like with a wedding hall on it. That's pretty much all they go for theming wise with it. I do really like the underground segment a lot here.
That is a lot of fun. Yep.
It's cool because Bowser's Kingdom didn't really have a lava area in it, so having it here is a cool sort of mix-up on what you might expect. And I do enjoy the escape sequence where you get to play as Bowser at the end of the game. I do think that's pretty cool.
That's definitely... I mean, yeah, I guess that technically counts as Moon Kingdom. Yeah, pretty much post-fight, the game just... And of course, you know, you got like the music and stuff. The game just goes from like, oh, this is really good to like, holy crap, this is amazing.
Yeah. And then, but the Moon Kingdom just doesn't really, I guess, have a strong reason to go back to it unless you really like jumping around with the low gravity, which is both
it is fun,
but it's also a lot slower than some of the other kingdoms.
Yeah,
I don't mind having like one kingdom where you're in low gravity. Like I think that's nice to have a mix up, but I definitely prefer just the general movement in other kingdoms. See, I would think it's definitely one of my less thought about kingdoms overall, I would say.
I think it should be in B tier, but probably maybe in the middle or something like that.
Okay, I'm trying to see. Let me see what we have. So we have... Do I like it more than...
I think Bowser's Kingdom is better.
Bowser's Kingdom's better for sure.
I think so. Snow Kingdom? Oh, I don't
like
know.
the races in Snow more than most of the content in Moon, I think. Because the Moon story mode content is great, but everything else I don't even really think about.
But the post scene, though, where you're playing as Bowser, that is pretty damn awesome.
Like, that is one of my favorite, like, just ending moments in any Mario game. I guess probably my favorite Bowser... I don't know if I want to say it is my favorite Bowser fight, but it's up there. If you include the escape with the fight.
I just think like the escape section is like the best ending in a Mario game, period. Like there's definitely better Bowser fights, but in terms of like ending sequences, that is the best one.
Yes. So I would agree, like story-wise, this did what it needed to do. Post-game, it's not quite on the same level as the other kingdoms, which is what I think is making this so hard to place. Because I really do love that ending sequence. It's so good. Especially with the song that comes on. It's fantastic.
Oh, yeah, the song is awesome. Yeah, I would say, maybe we put it either like above or below Snow Kingdom. How do you feel about that?
I think I would put it below Snow for now.
Okay.
I think.
You know what? I agree, but it also feels weird to put it below Snow Kingdom.
Yeah,
Something about it just feels weird.
I'm jumping back and forth.
Yeah, I don't know.
It just... Yeah, because I guess Snow doesn't really have that one moment, I think, that really is
big impactful
incredibly
moment.
Iconic. Yeah. Do we...
I don't know. This is very hard.
This is a really hard choice. I would say I'm comfortable. Bowser's Kingdom is for sure above it, because it's got that boss fight. It's a bigger kingdom. Snow is such a hard... Maybe it is. Maybe this is above Snow. Yeah.
I think it should go above Snow. Like, there's the escape sequence, but like there are a lot of really cool pipe missions in there. Like the 2D. I think all the 2D levels in the Moon Kingdom are probably my favorite out of the entire game, because they use the low gravity mechanic in a lot of really smart ways. And then you can also grab the speed up flower, and you can do these massive jumps since you're in low gravity. That's a lot of fun, and you can't really do that in Snow Kingdom. So yeah. I don't know.
Like
I guess. Oh, what's up?
I like the Moon Shard Moon with the frog on the wedding hall, like where you can jump around and get. Yeah, okay. I think I would put it above Snow. I think you're right.
Yeah,
I think it does have slightly better moons.
Yeah, I think we'll go ahead and do that. I will shrink these if any more.
Yeah.
If we have any more B tier, but I actually don't. I don't think we're gonna have any more B tier, because at least for me, Peach's Castle. Well, you could argue it is a little small. Now, like, you know, I grew up with Mario 64. It was the first Mario game I really got into. I've been playing it since I was like 8 years old. So seeing the castle completely recreated with the music and the fact you can drain the water, and it even includes the maze from Mario 64 DS. And you can play as Yoshi. Yoshi's really fun to control. And then there's the whole courtyard mission as well. Like, there's so many cool things in this kingdom. And even though like it is like kind of basic, it just hits the nostalgia so hard. And then you got the Mario 64 costume. Like, come on. Like, what are you? Come on. That's just not fair.
That's like that's the best costume in the game, I think. Like, it's so much fun to use. I am such a sucker for like any sort of reference stuff. So I love the Mushroom Kingdom too. Like, it's Mario 64 before Odyssey was probably my favorite game. I got into it because of your videos, because I wanted to try it out for myself, and that's where I really just like fell in love with the format of the collectathon. So seeing so many references to it was really great here, especially seeing Yoshi, because that was totally not revealed in any sort of trailer beforehand. So that was a great surprise. And also, I like it's not just Mario 64. Like, there's a few other things. Like, I always remember there's the 3D Land raccoon tree that you can find here to get a moon from.
Oh, like, yeah, that's right. Yep, you spin your hat on the tail. I forgot about that.
Yeah, there's other references here too, and I think and there's Yoshi's house is the painting area from Mario World in this game.
Yeah, all the refights are just paintings, which is super cool.
I love all of the references. Like, they did a phenomenal job making this like the reference kingdom. Like, if they were gonna pack it all into one spot, I think it makes sense for it to be in the Mushroom Kingdom. And it's kind of like cool that it's not the last kingdom you unlock, but after the story. It's kind of cool that it's not part of it. It's just sort of an extra thing you get. I think that's really great. And the only criticism I would have for it
just the Toadette stars.
Yep, you got it. I hate that you have to spam the A button to get those. I like the idea. I think it's cool, but it's just so tedious to get them all.
Yeah, I mean, because I feel like most people, including myself, I usually wait to talk to Toadette till the very, very end. So I can just spam the A button for 10 minutes, and I don't have to go back to her, because it just takes so long. Like, it is very cool that she's basically just, like, the achievement character. But, like, why not just have achievements, why do you have to go through achievements one at a time? I'm glad they're doing it. I wish Nintendo had, like, achievements built into their console.
I would love that so much.
Yeah, this is just a weird way to do it, to build it into the game. Just talk to Toadette 80 times, or I think I forget how many stars. I think it's like 80 stars or something. It's a lot of stars.
I think it's like 60 something like that. It's absurd. It's way too much. Like, and a lot of them are just more of the same thing. Like, it's get 5 ground pound moons, they get 10 ground pound moons. Like, they could have just had it be one thing. Like, it kind of feels like they're just trying to expand the content a little bit there without really doing anything.
Yeah.
And it's sad because the idea is good. Like, I love achievements in games. I would love if Nintendo consoles had that. Like, that was kind of one of my wishes going into the Switch too. So I'm a little sad it didn't happen, but I also wasn't like expecting it to. I kind of don't think that's what Nintendo wants to do, which kind of sucks.
Yeah, I don't think they'll ever do it. I mean, it would be cool. Well, hey, there's retro achievements. Have you heard of that website?
I have not heard of that.
Oh, when we're done with this, I will show you that website. It is really sick.
Nice. Yeah, I love going for achievements in games. Like, so it was a really cool concept. Like, I was excited for it when I first saw it in the game, but then it kind of fell flat on its face, which is it's a bit sad, but I don't think that takes away from how much I do like the kingdom overall. Even the purple coins are styled after the Mario 64 coins. Like, there's so much.
Yeah, I mean, you don't even get power moons. You just straight up get stars, and it's like the same angle from the original game too.
It's such a good love letter to Mario 64 and even other Mario games as well. Like, it's really fun. I love it a lot, even if it does have a pretty big sort of weak spot with the Toadette moons, because that is a big chunk of the moons. I think it's over half of them in the kingdom.
Yeah, there's like 100 stars or something. So yeah, it is. I'm pretty sure it is over half. But this is still an A tier. Like, for me, this has to at least be an A tier.
I would agree. Yeah, I think it's still deserving to be up there, because you can look past the Toadette moons. It's literally just 8 minutes of spamming the A button. Like, it's annoying, but not that bad. And if that's really the only flaw I can think of, I don't see a reason for it not to be an A tier. I think it's great.
An A. Now, I don't know exactly where I'd put it. I want to put it in high A, but that, again, could just be massive nostalgia bias.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe it doesn't deserve high A.
I'm pretty hit with massive nostalgia bias, too, so I would also put it in high A.
Well, guess what? Guess what? It's going in high A. This is our tier list.
It's going in high A.
That's
yes,
right.
It is. That's what we like to see.
I have no idea what the general consensus is on this kingdom. I think people would probably also put it in like A tier, but
I think people. I've never heard anyone say it's their favorite kingdom, but I don't think anyone dislikes it. So I would say this is probably where most people would put it.
Yeah, I think it belongs there, even if it's not like the biggest and most creative. I don't care. This kingdom's awesome. That's just how it is.
I love seeing a reference. I love seeing references. Love pointing at them. They're great. I love them.
Okay, and now we have the last two, which aren't really kingdoms, but I figured, what the hell, we might as well talk about them anyway. We got Dark Side, which is basically just a bunch of pipes. Oh, there is the hint art, too, that you can find here. But for the most part, you just travel around here, go to pipes, and you play the hardest pipe missions. But outside of that, like, it's just the moon again. There's not much else to it.
Like, aesthetically, they do try to mix it up, like, a little bit because there's a bunch of food everywhere, but it's not that big of a... It's not that big of a change where you really think about it. I do like the moons that this kingdom does have, though. I think the harder challenges... I always like whenever there's a harder challenge in a Mario game, so I always appreciate those moons. Like, there's one here where you have to long jump across a series of 1x1 blocks, which is really difficult to get right without falling off.
That one took, the first time I did it, it took me like an hour and a half. I could not get the stupid jumps down.
Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with me because I could not do it either. Like, I tried so many different things to try to get it to line up right. But
yeah, it's not
I
even
do love
hard.
that move.
Like, it's literally just time
Yeah,
to
no.
But I don't know. I just couldn't do it.
I couldn't do it either. I don't even know why, because it really is. You just, as soon as you land, you press the A button. I don't know why it was so challenging. But it's not just me. I hear a lot of people say that one's also pretty tough. And I mean,
it is. I don't know what it is about it. Yeah, I mean, if you're not that familiar with 3D platformers, that level's gonna stump you.
But I would say I would probably put. I mean, obviously, it's still got to be low because it's one of the mini kingdoms.
I would. The pipe levels are good, so maybe this is a C, maybe a low C.
I would definitely say I prefer Ruined Kingdom because at least it tried a new aesthetic.
I agree,
but I don't feel like this is really... I think it does what it set out to do, whereas I feel like I don't really care for Cloud at all. This one, I think there's good content here that I can go back to. There's also the boss rush.
Not a lot. Yeah, that's true.
It's just not a lot.
Boss rush. Yep.
So I would say low... I would say below Ruined Kingdom for sure. I could see low C.
I'm kind of feeling low C. And maybe this one belongs in D, like high D, just because, like, there's almost nothing to it. And you really just do the pipe missions. But, like, the actual missions themselves are really fun to do. And, yeah, the boss rush is also pretty cool. Can be pretty difficult. I mean, for me, I've always found the boss rush to be harder than the regular ones. Not so much because they're technically more difficult. It's because you're in low gravity. So I'm, like, the timing throws me off completely. It takes me a few tries to actually beat it.
Yeah, I would say, like, the main Brutals are completely thrown off for me in that fight. I would say it actually makes the Robo Brood much easier because you can just use the low gravity to jump off up to it 100%. From the ground.
Yeah.
But the main Brutals are completely thrown off because I can't do any of the skips. Like, I already kind of struggle with the one where you jump on Rango's head where he's, like, hopping in his hat. So trying to do that low gravity is, like, impossible for me. So I think it's, like, both harder at the start and gets easier at the end. But I do like the boss rush. I think it's great. So I would probably, I think right there is where I'd put it on the tier list.
Yeah, I'm good with that too. And for our very last one, I mean, really it's just one level, but it is the secret final level. It is Darker Side. Well, I mean, it's okay. It's not technically just the level. You are in the moon. You get to see Dory and Pauline and all the NPCs hanging out. And then there's the big tower you climb at the end. So there is that, technically. And yes, you can skip this. You can skip the whole thing with glitches. We're going to talk about actually playing Darker Side. And it's not the most difficult final level in a Mario game. It is very hard, though, the first time you do it. I think it took me Probably an hour to 2 hours the first time I did it. And it was just because, like, I kept making dumb mistakes and there's no checkpoints. So, yeah, it made that one kind of hard.
Yeah, it's definitely, compared to some of the other ones, like, I just replayed through Galaxy 2 for the Switch 2. Perfect Run is way harder than this
100%. Yeah, it is a lot harder.
So I would say, like, I think I prefer it being more difficult. So I would probably say I liked Perfect Run a little more. But this one is still really good. Like, I always like these long gauntlet levels at the end of the game. You know, Wonder also had it with its big badge challenge at the end. So these are always some of my favorite moons or objectives in any of the Mario games. And I'm happy they keep putting them in pretty much every mainline release for the past few years.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's all this kingdom really has to it. Like, it's solid, but it's not anything for exploring around. It's just one sort
level
of challenge. Yeah. But
oh.
I think that makes it hard because it does that one level really well. And I feel like I don't feel like there's anything missing in this kingdom. Like, it sets out what it's trying to do.
Like, I also like how when you actually beat the level and you're climbing up the tower, like, Cappy's, like, monologuing to you and saying how, like, excited he was that he got to go on the entire journey with you and on all this stuff. And, Cappy talks to you a little bit, but not to quite this extent. And it really feels, it kind of feels impactful just because, like, you've spent such a long time. You have to get 500 moons to even attempt Darker Side. You're going to play this game for a long time before you finally get to try this. And when you finally do it, it's super, super rewarding.
Yeah. I love that part too, because you don't get to see how tall the pole is until he starts talking to you. So it feels a lot longer than it is, and it gives him time for that speech so well. I think it's definitely my favorite moment with Cappy in the game, and it's part of the reason that I love Cappy as a character so much is because of that moment. Like, this, it's kind of like the Moon Kingdom, where it's got that such a good, impactful thing, but doesn't have a lot outside of it. But I don't think it's, like, as high as the normal Moon Kingdom, because obviously it's got more content. But
yeah, I mean, this is probably, like, below or above Dark Side, if I had to put it somewhere.
Yeah. I'm actually not sure which one I would prefer here, because Darker Side definitely has the more impactful moment and the better single moon, but the variety in Dark Side,
yeah, there's just more to do in Dark Side.
Yeah. Do you think we value that more than the one big moment, like the one big challenge?
I mean, if I were to play the game right now, honestly, I would probably go to Darker Side first. Just because, like, yeah, there is more to do in Dark Side, but I think I'd have more fun playing that final level in Darker Side. So maybe just because of that, we put it slightly above. We just put it right above Dark Side.
I think I would agree, yeah. If I had a choice between either of these two, I would probably go Darker Side first. It does a really great job with its final level. So I think I would swap them there. Yeah, I don't think it's above Ruined, because Ruined still got the theme.
Oh, no, we're keeping... Ruined is perfect there. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you could almost say Dark and Darker Side are the same thing as well. Like, I think that could also be argued. Because, like, they really are the same thing. You're just playing them in, like, different... They're both called Dark and Darker, so, like...
Yeah, it's clearly, like, very similar things. They just wanted to have a different moon limit to reach each one.
Right, exactly.
But...
yeah.
I like the package of them with Moon Kingdom. Like, I think it's nice that they all exist in the game. Even though they don't have different aesthetics, really, I'm still happy they're in the game at all.
Yeah, it's a fun little bonus. And just because we put Dark and Darker Side in C tier doesn't necessarily mean they're bad. Like, if anything, like, really the only bad kingdom in this game is just Cloud Kingdom.
Yeah, and Cloud is the only one I would say is bad in the game. Like, I think Ruined Kingdom at least has a good idea. It's disappointing in that it's not bigger, but it's still got the theme behind it. Cloud is just... it doesn't have anything.
There's just nothing. Yeah. There's nothing there. All right, well, is there anything you'd want to move? You know, it's funny, because I thought we were going to have more in S tier. But I actually... I kind of like... I mean, it's a majority S and A, but there's more B tier than I thought there was going to be.
Yeah, I'm not thinking... I don't think I would move any of them up, though. I'm trying to I would say, like, when I think of the kingdoms that are in B tier, they do feel pretty similar to me in terms of how much I'd want to go back to them.
Yeah.
I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling great about the 4 that we have in S tier, for sure. Like, those
me too.
are locked in. A tier's looking good, too. I think we just have a pretty big B tier, but I don't really know if I would change any. Is there any that you're looking at that you think?
Not really. I mean, now that we've like really thoroughly talked about all of them, I don't think we need to move any of these. I guess like going into this, I thought it was going to be way more S and A. Like it is a lot of S and A. I thought it was only going to be like 2 in B tier or something, but it makes sense. I think what we got here is pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, because we have most of the large kingdoms in S and A, and I think that makes perfect sense. Like most of the kingdom size kind of goes down the chart. Like you could see, generally the bigger kingdoms on top, the smaller they are, the lower. Which I think that makes sense. I feel pretty good about the list overall.
Yeah. Yep, I'm feeling pretty good about it too.
Yeah, I think we're set. I don't have anything else I'd change.
Cool. Well, let us know how we're wrong down below, and thanks for watching.